Hey developers, it's Dr. Tob once again. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to an interesting solution to fix bug and add custom functionality to an NPM library. It's called patching a Node.js library. The solution is perfect for when you have found a bug or need to make a tweak and the official package hasn't been updated yet. Let's dive right in. So what does patching a library mean? It's basically making changes to the source code of a Node.js library you are using without waiting for the maintainers to update it. Sometimes you might encounter bugs or need custom behaviors that hasn't been added yet. The idea is to temporarily fix an issue locally while still allowing yourself to update to a new official versions later. Before we get into the how, let's talk about when you should patch a library. You should patch a library when there is a critical bug affecting your app and you can't wait for an official fix. You need a feature that isn't available yet. The library maintainers have acknowledged an issue but haven't released an update, which means you should only patch a library when you have a critical bug or a missing feature or there's a long delay in releasing a new update. However, you should avoid patching libraries for minor issues or personal preferences. Always check the repository first for open issues or pull requests. Okay, alright, now for the fun part. How to actually patch a Node.js library. There are basically two methods to patch a Node.js library. There is the first one, which is very involved and maybe cumbersome, which I call the long method. And also the short method, which is very straightforward and you can easily do that.
I'm not here to mess with your brain, so let's go with the short method.
But before we do that, let's prepare our test case. Okay guys, so let's create a test scenario. So on my screen now I have a Node.js application. So it's a basic application. You can see it's basically an Express application. So I have Express and NodeMon to restart the server. So I only have to go through restart every time. Then I have a route here. So if I make request to this route, you can see that's basically everything I have here. So except for this folder, so we'll still come back to this later. So let's first of all test our application to be sure it's working fine. Now if I come here, let's run our application. So now our application is running. So if I make a request now, you can see it's returning response, which means our application is running fine. Now what we want to do now is we want to build an application that will take a PDF and extract the text in it. Once you extract the text in it, then it will return the text in the PDF. For example, I have my CV here. So I want to extract the text in the CV and send out the text. I might need it for other processing. So that's basically what we want to do. So in order to achieve that, so I've searched through the internet and I've searched through all the libraries that I can use to achieve that, and I found a couple of them. But unfortunately, most of them are not working. And the one that comes close to working is this uh, PDF pass. So that's the only one that works, but it has some caveats, and that's why I'm making this video. In case you find yourself in a similar situation where you are trying to use a library and the library is buggy, but you need to patch it so that you make it work. That's why I'm making this video. So now we are going to use this library PDF pass to extract text from our PDF. So and in order to do that, so we need to first of all install the library. So we do npm install pdf pass. So so once we install that, then we can import it in our application. So to import in our application, we just do this to import the PDF pass. Then to use it, we also need fs to read the PDF from our. We need the file system library from Node.js to read it. So to do that, so we are going to have to read the PDF file we are going to import the PDF file from here. Then we can do this and console log the results here. Then we can come here and maybe do the data equals to data.text. Then we change this one to operation completed successfully. So that's it. So we have imported the library and we have done our processing. So what we want in essence is to read this file, that's the PDF file, resume.pdf, then extract the text in it and then return the text. So that's what basically we want to do. Now if we try to run our application again, you can see that our application refused to run because it's having issue. So which means the library will just imported as a bug in it. So that's why it's having an issue. So now in situations like this, what you need to do is either to change the library if you can find a new one. But in my case, I can't find a new one. This is even the best one I can find, and it's a little bit buggy. So I have no other option than to patch it. So and here is how I patch it. So I first of all identify where the error is. So since I know that this is the library that caused the issue because the application was working before I imported this library. So I'm going to go to the node modules. uh, I'm going to go to the node modules, then go to the library. uh, so this so then go to this place. So this is where the error is coming from. You can see this. So it's trying to reference a file that doesn't exist, and here is an if statement, which means this place is true for the file for the execution to get to this place. And here on this line 6 is where it's getting the value. So which means module dot parent is false, then it's now inverting it, which means it's converting it to true, and that is making this place to be executed. So what we are going to do, the simple fix is you just remove this inversion. So once I remove it and I rerun the application, now the application is working. So if we now go and make the request, you can see now it's now returning all the data in the file. So and that's what we wanted. But the problem here is that if I try to deploy this application, I will have to run npm install again. And once I run npm install again, these node modules will be recreated, and which means the changes I've made in this file will be overwritten and the application will stop working again. So in order to persist my changes, so there are two methods to do that. One of the method is to have the source code of the library cloned to my project and make the changes, then reference it from my project. Or I can do a patch, and that's what I will teach you today. So how to patch a Node.js library. So let's continue. So in order to patch the library and make my changes persistent across npm install, so I'm going to make use of a library called patch npm package. So I will install it now. Npm install patch package. So once I have the package installed, what I'm going to do now is head over to my package.json and add a post install script. So in that post install script, I'm going to do patch package. Now all I have to do now is to do npx patch package, then the name of the package I want to patch, pdf pass. So what this is going to do is that it will create a .patch file inside my root directory. You can see, so it's created a patches. So, and this one will contain the changes that I made. So it has now successfully patched the library. So what I can do now is that I can then git add it to my repo if I'm pushing it to a remote repo, and push it to my other team members so they have my fix, the fix for the bug, and they can use it on their own. And whenever the library makes an official update to that, then we can remove the patch and keep going. And that's how to patch a Node.js library if you need to, without waiting for maintainers to do that for you. And that's it. You have successfully patched a Node.js library. Remember, patching is great for quick fix, but always keep an eye on official updates from the library maintainers. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips on improving your developer workflow. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Dr. Tob.